but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
That one goes for 36 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer. They'll go to Adams, try to pound it in. And he's going to build his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Josh Adams, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stick. And he's going to go down again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead, eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, then a return of 8. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Carter. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Yellow, on the line, right? 49. Hey, me and you all day, all day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Mahomes now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, Carter. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's third down.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Marr able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Josh Adams with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. On third down, it's Stick. Open man is Cantrell. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Now Adams. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mike 96.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 55 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. That is a dangerous combination right there, as we are learning quickly. Mahomes to Hill.
And think about the number of ways that they are dangerous, because Hill can run past anyone, so he can throw it all the way downfield to him. But also on the shorter catches, as we saw here, catch it underneath, catch it in front of someone, he makes a move or uses his speed, and he's still gone. Either way, he can go the distance.
And either way, good luck.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At the 45.
They'll run on 1st down. Adams able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Man left, man left. Hey. 40. Hey, dribble it.
Now Mahomes. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
On 1st down, it's Adams. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time play?
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown run as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
39 yards there, a big one. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the carry, it's Jackson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, zoom. 41. We've got to wedge that, huh? You go, night.
On 2nd and inches, Stick. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Switch.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Nice hit. 61. Matchbox lights. Hey. High 7. 51. Mike 51. 5.
From the 17, Stick flushed out right, and it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson, and he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 35. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. They'll run on first down. Adams. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Mahomes now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Carter. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 43. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Chris Jones on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
64, weak.
2nd and 9.
Hey, seam 6.
They'll throw on 2nd down his stick. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. And it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Tighten up. Back. Check. Bravo. Now.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Here's Stick on 1st and 10.
Coming in, he really liked his chance.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 19. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, boys.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Chiefs, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.